my name is Dr. Janasco. I'm one of the owners here at Markham Woods Animal Hospital, and my technician B and I are going to chat with you a little bit about some common questions we get here at the veterinary clinic. And hopefully this will help answer some questions that you have in the future. I'll give it to B.
So Dr. Janasco, can you tell me about some of the most common issues we see here at the clinic?
Yes. So one of the most common things we see here in Florida specifically is different types of skin conditions in animals. We'll talk mostly about dogs, but some of this will pertain towards cats too. One of the most common things that we see is something called atopic dermatitis, which is basically allergies, environmental allergies for dogs, and cats do get this too. Another common thing we see is fleas. Fleas and ticks and different types of ectoparasites. And some of these conditions can be very serious, and some of them can just be a little bit of an annoyance for the pet and the owner too, which we're here to help with that.
Awesome. So what kind of causes most of these? I know you said fleas. Anything else that we should kind of be on the lookout for?
Yeah, of course. So fleas is something that can cause pets to be very itchy. There are some dogs or cats that will have a couple fleas and it can make them very, very itchy. They can get a rash, they can get hair loss, and like I mentioned before, it can be very annoying for the owners to have their pet scratching all the time. So we can help make recommendations on what topical or oral products are going to be best suited for your cat or your dog. It kind of is a case-by-case basis. Some other things we see, we talked about atopic dermatitis, which is basically environmental allergies and things in Florida. We see different types of trees, pollens, plants, different things in the surroundings, either in your backyard or when you take your dog for a walk, there could be something that your dog is getting in contact with. That can cause your dog to be very itchy, hair loss, redness, bumps, hives, all different types of stuff. So some things you can do at home, you could potentially be bathing your pets a little bit more often, making sure you're on good flea products, and we can talk more at an appointment about things that might be suited for your pet, such as fatty acids. Some of these pets will get secondary infections, and they may need antibiotics. We use medicated shampoos, different types of sprays and topicals. So there's lots of stuff that B and I and the other staff here at Markham Woods can help you control these allergies.
What are some tests that we can perform to diagnose these?
That's a good question. So the kind of tests that we could do here at Markham Woods would be checking for a secondary either bacterial or yeast infection. So a lot of people think that if their dog has allergies that they're just treating the allergies, but we actually, in a very high percentage of these cases, these animals need either antibiotics or anti-yeast products to be able to control the issue. And we will run skin cytologies where my staff will take different pieces of tape or skin scrapes and actually look under our microscope for yeast, bacteria, or different types of ectoparasites. And that'd be one test we do. We do ear cytologies, which is pretty much looking for very similar things in the ears, bacteria, yeast, mites. Sometimes we'll do cultures of the skin. A culture is a very informative diagnostic test we do here, and that basically tells us what bacteria is growing on the skin, most likely secondary to the allergies or the fleas, and then what antibiotic is going to specifically work for that particular bacteria that's living on that pet. So that's a really good test we do. We sometimes will do skin scrapes, and just the overall exam is such a good informative information for us to be able to treat the pets appropriately to try to set these animals up for success.